So first of all, we will discuss here that what will be the content which we will cover in this entire training. If you want to skip something, okay, you can skip that. If you don't want, then definitely we will cover all that. This is the I-MEDITA website from where you can check the content and what we will learn in this entire training. First of all, there is a section which is called Security Platform and Architecture. And in this section, we will learn that what is firewall. As you gone through with the video, similar slides we will use here. So what is a firewall? We will discuss here. After learning firewall, we will learn what is Palo Alto Firewall and how many features are provided by Palo Alto. Then we will go through with initial configuration. Here we will learn how to set up lab for Palo Alto Firewall on which we can do practical. Then we will do basics of your Palo Alto Firewall, just like how to access firewall, how to configure IP address, how to take backup, how to restore backup, how to do password recovery, etc., etc. Here. Then Palo Alto Firewall is a zone-based firewall actually. In FortiGate, we deploy policy like one interface to another interface, but here that is not like that. Here we configure zone. We put interface in zone.
It's like a Juniper SRX, right?
You can see, but if you have gone through with videos of Trenonic, which is available on the website, on FortiGate, you can also configure zone. Okay, so it is like that. So you will, in every class, we will do zone. Don't worry about it. Then we will learn here how to configure static routing and default routing and path monitoring on Palo Alto Firewall. Basically, all vendors firewall provide same set of features, only the difference is how to configure them. Okay, configuration difference will arrive here. Then we will learn here RIP implementation plus troubleshooting, OSPF implementation troubleshooting, BGP implementation and troubleshooting. We will not cover BGP in too much depth because that is not the part of the course. Okay, if you know, then you can deploy it. As we will learn on IPv4, same approach we will use on IPv6. After routing, we will go through with security policies and net policies. Here we will learn what is net, types of net supported on Palo Alto like static, dynamic, PET or hide, destination net, UNet, and Palo Alto Firewall also supports IPv6 net, but it supports only static net in IPv6. So this is, you can call the limitation of Palo Alto Firewall. It is not like FortiGate Firewall. On FortiGate Firewall, you can configure static net, you can configure hide net or PET, or you can also configure destination net using IPv6. But on Palo Alto, only IPv6 static net is available. After netting, we will learn here what is IPsec VPN or what is site-to-site VPN. Then we will learn, okay, how to configure site-to-site VPN with IKE version 1, version 2, with appreciate key authentication, with certificate authentication. Then we will also learn that how to configure site-to-site VPN with Cisco router, with Cisco ASA, with Fortinet firewall, with Checkpoint firewall, with Juniper firewall. Along with troubleshooting, we will also configure site-to-site VPN with overlapping subnets with IPv6 as well. So in these labs, you will learn site-to-site VPN configuration, not with only Palo Alto. We will also cover with major another vendors as
that is
well.
actually more policy-based VPN, right? Not the route-based VPN.
Yes, both, because Palo Alto Firewall supports both policy-based and route-based. We will cover all. So it's also it also depends on vendor. For example, when we are using Cisco router, it support both policy-based and route-based. When we are talking about here, which one we are talking about here? ASA, it supports policy-based as well as route-based, but it depends on the version as well, not firewall version. After site-to-site VPN, we will learn here Global Protect VPN. Actually, what is Global Protect VPN? Palo Alto use Global Protect, marketing term for SSL VPN. All vendors firewall support SSL VPN, but Palo Alto's doesn't call SSL VPN as SSL VPN. It use Global Protect term for SSL VPN. Then we will learn how to configure full tunnel, split tunnel, and along with site to site VPN. Means, for example, one user is coming from your Global Protect VPN that can access headquarter lane, as well as we will also integrate with site to site so that user can communicate with a remote branch as well.
Mhm.
Next here we will learn what is vWire. In FortiGate firewall, we can configure transparent firewall, but Palo Alto
Have
doesn't
it in
call.
Palo Alto, right?
Yes,
Transparent firewall, we don't have that feature in Palo Alto, right?
no, we have that feature in Palo Alto firewall, but name is different. Name is
Ah,
here
okay, okay,
virtual
okay.
wire. Name is different here. Okay, so what is vWire? vWire is equal to transparent firewall. Okay, but name is different here. So we will learn transparent firewall with GUI, with IPv4 and IPv6. Only addressing difference will come here. Next, we have here active HA. We will go learn what is HA, high availability. Then we will learn how to configure. After theory, we will do practical of IPv4 and IPv6 HA. So these are the features which
Mm-hmm.
we have discussed till now. These are normal firewall features. Any firewall can provide these features. Okay.
Yes.
But next features which we will discuss now, these are next generation firewall features like decryption, app ID, content ID, URL filtering, wildfire, user ID monitoring, and reporting. So we will discuss about these. So first of all, what to do? Let's copy them. Copy.
The only thing is, when we are so far later, that
Mhm.
I am the first one in my company. We have a big company, but nobody is doing Palo Alto. All of the people are doing the FortiGate firewall. I'm the
Okay.
first one, which I will get soon, Palo Alto project. And in future, in our course, I would like to learn a little bit the difference so I can describe the difference when I'm telling a customer to buy a Palo Alto, so I can tell him why the Palo Alto, for example, is a better and suitable option for you than FortiGate.
Okay. So that thing you can only describe if you know all about Palo Alto, all about FortiGate. Okay. But
Mhm.
actually, when we talk about the comparison, so remember it in present time, there are three vendors, Palo Alto,
Checkpoint.
Checkpoint, and Fortinet. These are the leaders. Okay.
Mhm.
So all these three vendors provide same set of features. Okay, name can be different. You can choose anyone. It depends that on how you are familiar with the product, how much you have knowledge about the product. Okay, in this way. But these three firewalls are equal. Okay.
Really, like in your opinion, you would say like they, if you want to compare them, really, you would say they are the same, like
Yes,
FortiGate and Palo.
in feature wise they are same, but it's now depends that how when you know the all. Okay, so when you will learn all, then you will know, okay, these all provides or these firewalls are providing same set of features. Okay, majorly, but definitely there. For example, when we talk about IP v6 routing, in IPv6 routing, Palo Alto provides less routing protocol. You can see here in IPv6, it support only which one? Static, OSPF, and BGP. But when we will compare with which one? With FortiGate, then FortiGate provides static routing, default routing, can support RIP-NG, can support OSPF v3, can support ISIS v6, as well as MPBGP is also supported. So in IPv6 routing, in future or in current network you want to deploy routing on IPv6, okay, and you are using RIP-NG, so Palo Alto doesn't will not be fit there because it will not support. If you are
Mm,
using ISIS v6, Palo Alto doesn't support it, so it will not fit there. Then you have to use which one? You have to use FortiGate here, okay. Now, another thing is that how you will configure the things. On some firewall, you will see it is easy to configure. On some firewall, you will see it is hard to configure. So after that, if you know the both, then you will evaluate, okay. So this all are providing same set, but some are easy to configure, some are complex to configure. On that, you can choose and you can push the firewall to your customer or
mm,
client, okay, but
great.
that is later
IDS
task.
and IDS lecture we have also too, right?
Actually, when we talk about Palo Alto, on Palo Alto firewall, there is no such module on their firewall which will provide you IPS or IDS capability. This says that when you will deploy antivirus, anti-spyware profiles on Palo Alto firewall, they will provide you IPS and IDS features. There
That
is
is
an
automatically so layer 4 up to layer 7 content
yeah,
filtering and other stuff.
yes,
Okay,
yes, yes,
okay, I got.
but not just like that we have to actually when we talk about FortiGate, on FortiGate we use security profiles here. On security profiles we enable like IPS and IPS IDS profile we enable. So on Palo Alto those profile name is just like antivirus and anti-spyware, okay.
And if you enable that, the IPS feature will be regarding to antivirus by
Yeah,
default
same,
in it.
same, yes, by default, but not, you will not see any name just like it is IPS
Okay,
or
I got
IDS,
you.
because when we use IPS or IDS, they do protection based on the signatures, and what those signatures do, those signatures protects our network from attack. Attack will come in the format of virus or spyware. So that virus or spyware will be blocked by which one? Antivirus profile and anti-spyware profile, but there will be no such module or feature like
That's great. That's great.
IPS or ID. Got it?
Yeah, you give me very good overview. Thank you.
Now, okay, now, so I have copied the same content from the website from your security platform and architecture firewall introduction to next generation security practice. I have copied all the content from firewall introduction to security practice. Okay, so these features still HA, these are the normal firewall features. Now we will discuss about these next generation firewall features, which is here like decryption. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's start. Actually, now we will do just some introduction, and at the time we will cover these features deeply. Clear?
Clear, clear.
Now let's talk about decryption. So what is decryption? Assume we have here a PC. PC is connected to any firewall. It can be Palo Alto, FortiGate, or Checkpoint. So we have a firewall here. That firewall is connected with internet. And here we have a server. Server is like HTTPS. Done. And on this firewall, we have allowed that if anyone wants to access HTTPS, that is allowed. When this client will initiate HTTPS or SSL session, that
Mm-hmm.
traffic will be allowed through the firewall, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now you can see that this protocol, HTTPS or SSL, was designed for secure communication.
Over the internet.
Yeah,
Internet.
yeah. You can do secure communication over the internet. It means The client know what they are sending or receiving, and server know what they are sending and receiving. Intermediator, if it is firewall itself, it has no idea. If it is internet, it has no idea what is going under the tunnel. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So for secure communication, it is good. But now assume this user is not a genuine user, it is an attacker. And what this attacker will do from using this tunnel, this attacker can send virus, that can spyware. Okay. It can
Mm-hmm.
also do data loss using this tunnel. So the protocol, which was designed for secure communication, now it depends on the intention of the user or attacker, whatever you will call it. They can use this protocol for attack as well. So what now user is doing? User is doing attack, or user is bypassing the firewall using SSL protocol. Clear?
Clear.
Now,
And the reason is because the payload contains those attack, right?
yeah, payload contain that attack, and that payload is encrypted.
Okay.
Only use source and destination can decrypt it. Intermediator has no right. So for example, when we visit internet, we use protocol HTTPS and SSL. It means either we know or the server know. Intermediator has no idea actually what is going under the payload. Clear?
Mm-hmm. I understand you well.
Okay. So that
Because the
payload,
source and destination and source port and destination port will be registered by the firewall session.
yeah,
When we
yes,
receive, when we are talking about the normal firewall filtering, right? If I'm not
correct.
wrong.
Okay,
Okay.
done. Now, what we will do, if our firewall, on normal firewall, you will allow the session. Yes, they are communicating, and that session is encrypted. So only client know and the server know. Intermediator, if it is firewall, it has no idea what is going under the tunnel. If it is IDS or IPS, it has no idea what is going under the tunnel. But yes, using that tunnel, user is sending and receiving virus, spyware, and that is also doing data loss. Now, what we want that our firewall should be capable to detect such kind of attack when users are communicating. To do so, our firewall should have capability to do decryption.
Mhm.
So what we will do on our firewall, we will do or enable here decryption. When we will enable decryption on our firewall, then firewall will work as intermediator between client and server for SSL session. Now we have enabled here decryption on our firewall, and only this features, the decryption feature is available only on next generation firewall like Palo Alto Firewall, like Checkpoint Firewall, like FortiGate Firewall. Only these, and also Cisco FTD also support this. Only next generation firewall support these features.
Like
When
SRX from Juniper also too.
I have no too much idea about
Ah,
SRX.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Sorry, because I'm working with Juniper mostly. That's why.
No problem. Okay. So now what we will do, when we will enable decryption on Palo Alto Firewall, this Palo Alto Firewall will work as a intermediator between original client and original server, and it will not allow the user to establish direct tunnel with the server. Connection will be in this way: the client will establish session with the Palo Alto of
Mhm.
SSL, and then Palo Alto will establish SSL session with server. Now, Palo Alto will work as a intermediator or an in middle person for this connection. When we are talking about data, when data is internal, it is encrypted. When data is internal, that is encrypted, but when data is available at Palo Alto Firewall, it is in plain text format. When we have data in plain text format, we can filter that data with the help of security profile.
Oh, I got you. Like he will be the initiator.
No, not initiator. First
Like
client
he
will in.
encrypt and decrypt the data and will forward
Yes,
it again to
yes,
the server and
yes.
client.
So, and there will be security profiles like antivirus, like anti-spyware, like file blocking, like data filtering profile will be there. So these security profiles will be available on Palo Alto Firewall, which we will enable them. Okay. If we want security. Now, hmm, so Firewall has plain text data when anyone want to upload or download. Now you can see here data, encrypted data will be converted into plain text here. Then that data will be passed through from the security profiles. Security profiles will clean that. Okay. And when security profile will clean that, only then the data will be uploaded or as well as data will be downloaded here. Now it will happen in this way. Clear? So you can
Okay.
see here that when server will send data, server will send any data, that data will be encrypted. It will come to Palo Alto Firewall. Palo Alto Firewall will convert the data into plain text format. That plain text data will be forwarded through the your security
Mm-hmm.
profiles. Antivirus will remove virus, anti-spyware will remove spyware, file blocking. With the help of file blocking, you can control file type, and with the help of data filtering, you can also filter that if any file contains such kind of information, block that or generate alert. When these security profiles will clean the data, then your data will be forwarded to again inside or outside. So what we can do with the help of decryption? With the help of decryption, we can see what is going under the SSL tunnel. A next generation firewall can see what is going under SSL tunnel. If any offensive content is going, we can block that. And who can do this? Next generation firewall can see what is going under the SSL tunnel. And after watching, if something is going, it can block that. Clear? So this is the capability of decryption. Clear?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Done. So this is only introduction. In detail, we will cover at the time when the topic will come. Next,
I think
we
the things is the funny things is exactly Juniper SRX has security profile too.
next we have here app ID. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is app ID? Let's go discuss about it. For example, now we are discussing about app ID, which is called application
Identify.
identification identification app ID. Okay, now what is this? For example, we have a client here, and client is connected with Palo Alto. Okay, and Palo Alto is connected with the internet, and this client is communicating on internet with a server. Server is just like Facebook. So what this client will do first of all, client will establish a session with the server. Or first session will be here like SSL. Okay, first session. Then there will be another session. I'm using different color for easy understanding.
Mm-hmm.
sufficient. Okay, this server can be Facebook. This server can be, for example, Gmail. So we can divide it in two parts when we are talking that user is communicating with Facebook and when user is communicating with Gmail. So what first session client will initiate? First session client will initiate of SSL, and under SSL tunnel client will use Facebook. Then under Facebook client will use Facebook chat, Facebook post, Facebook games, Facebook events, Facebook audio, Facebook video, okay, and Facebook, etc. Another application can be there. Same here. When client is communicating with Gmail here, first session belongs to SSL, another belongs to here Gmail. Under the Gmail, the user can use here Google Docs. Under Google Docs, they can do upload, they can do download, they can do sharing, they can do editing, etc. etc. Now, this will happen when client is initiating a session with the server on port number 443. Then you can see they can use or access multiple applications here.
Mhm.
Now, if we will allow 443, then these all applications will be allowed by default, correct? Because
Correct.
all applications we are using on port number 443. But now we want to do here deeper, we want to enable here deeper control on the traffic which is going from inside to outside. I want that in my lane user should not be, it is up to you, it is in front of you what you want to allow or deny. So Palo Alto Firewall has capability that when one client and server they are initiating they have a session with each other, then Palo Alto Firewall has capability that can identify it is SSL. Okay, this session till here it is SSL, it is Facebook, it is chat, post, games, event, audio, video. Now what you can do, you can do block, you can control
Yes.
that. Okay, you can control that
Which
what
kind of
is
feature of Facebook you want to allow or deny?
yeah, you Facebook you can allow, but you can disable only which one? Facebook chat here. Okay, so Facebook will work, posting will do, but chat will not work here. So
Mhm.
user can't initiate chat session under your SSL tunnel. Same here with Gmail. You can enable that user can access Gmail, they can use Google Docs, but they can't do upload or download or share or editing, they can't do in this way. So what you can do, or what is app ID? App ID stand for application identification. Question is, what is application? Palo Alto says that when one client is communicating with any server. Okay, so Palo Alto has capability to what is application according to Palo Alto? A session or communication which can be identify, monitor, and control is called application. So according to Palo Alto says that there is no standard definition for application, but something we have to say: a session and communication between client and server here, which can be identify, monitor, and control is called application. Palo Alto can identify this is SSL session, this is Facebook session, This is Facebook chat session. This is Facebook post session. This is Facebook game session. Like this is your Gmail session. This is Google Doc. This is Google Doc upload and download. So it can identify that what is going under that connection or using on the port number. Now, which how many kinds of session client is initiating. Palo Alto can identify that. It can monitor that, and if can it can identify and monitor, as well as you can control that. Okay, Facebook chat will not work, Google Docs upload download will not work. So this capability is provided by Palo Alto with the name of application identification or app ID. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, so this is your app ID. And remember it will only work because SSL will encrypt everything. So before app ID, what we need to enable before app ID, we need
We
to
have to do
enable here, enable
decryption.
decryption, correct?
Exactly.
Done. So decryption, with the help of decryption,
Because it
we
cannot do anything before decrypting the payload to see what the which kind of the application is destined to.
Yeah, only on port number 80 it can identify, but mostly we use SSL. So under the, if you want to identify the application which are going under SSL, so you have to enable decryption first. Clear?
Clear.
So decryption, we have gone through. App ID we have gone through. Next we have here content ID. So what is content ID here? Let's understand it with the help of diagram here. Okay, same scenario. Now we are going through with content ID identification. We have a PC connected with Palo Alto. Palo Alto is connected with internet. And on internet, we have a server. This user will initiate a request and it can download data. Now, data can contain virus, can contain spyware, can contain any malicious data can
Yeah.
be there. Now, what we want the user which is trying to download the data. User is not aware about that. So we have to enable protection on the firewall that when any virus is coming, we need to block that. When any spyware is coming, we need to block that because user is not aware about that. So what we will do here, we will enable here security profiles.
Mhm.
These and security profiles, there are different types of security profiles available on the Palo Alto. Like we can enable here antivirus profile. Okay. We can enable here anti-spyware profile. We
Anti-malware.
can, no, not anti-malware. So these antivirus and anti-spyware will work as,
Like an anti-malware. Okay.
yeah, anti-malware profile. And we can also enable here file blocking profile we can enable, and we can also enable here data filtering profile. Okay, now if this user initiate a request, this user initiate a request through firewall to a public server, then this public server will send data, and this data will be filtered through antivirus, anti-spyware, file blocking, and data filtering profile. Antivirus will remove virus, anti-spyware will remove spyware. With the help of file blocking, you can control that user should not be able to download such kind of data. For example, you can create a policy that only system admins can download exe file. Rest of the user
Like a
should
usable file. Okay.
Okay, the rest of the users should have no rights to download any exe file. In this way, you can control. So what these profiles will do, these profiles will clean the data. These security profiles will clean the data, and there will be a clean data. That clean data will be offered to your client. So when
So
we
clean with the clean data is like scanning terminology, right?
not scanning terminology, it means, for example, this is data. Data
Mm-hmm.
has here, has virus here, it has spyware, got it or not, or it has any malware, correct?
Correct.
Okay, when this data will be filtered through these security profiles, then these security profiles will remove virus, they will remove spyware, they will control the file,
Oh. Even
and they
if the
will.
file contains something, they will remove it and they will send it back to the user.
Yes, and when the data will be sent to the user, it is virus free, spyware free, it is malware free, and we will
Mhm.
call it, it is clean data, pure data,
Okay,
without
because I
any.
was thinking if the file contains one of those which is in security profile, it will be dropped. I was thinking
Yes,
something.
yes, yes. Done. So when you will enable antivirus, anti-spyware, file blocking, and the filtering profile on your Palo Alto firewall, with these profiles, you can clean your data, you can identify your data. Okay. You can clean your data, you can identify your data, and if you have identified the data, you will block the impurities, and that blocked content will be dropped here. If this data is pure, there is no virus, spyware, so that pure data will be offered to the client here. When we will enable these profiles on
Not
Palo
all of
Alto.
the file content, just the things that are like the things like a virus and malware and all of those stuff will be cleaned. Okay.
Yes, no, listen, virus will not be clean. If any file contain virus, that will be blocked.
That file will not be bypassed. They will be
Yes,
the
yes. If you have a simple file without any impurities, if it is exe file or it is zip file, okay. If that is pure, there is nothing that will be allowed. If any file, either it is exe, it is zip, it is PDF, which contain virus, that will be blocked.
hmm hmm
Done.
Okay.
So when you will enable these security profiles on Palo Alto Firewall, that will be called as content identification or content ID. Clear?
hmm Content ID and application ID are on the content ID is under the security profile actually.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. But the app ID also or not?
No, app ID is not. Only app
Oh.
ID will help you that what is this session belongs to this particular application. Got it?
hmm
So with the help of app ID, you can allow or block those sessions. But app ID will not block virus, will not block spyware, will not block any file, will not filter any data. So these things will be done with the help of security profiles here, and we have multiple security profiles there, like URL filtering is also there, Wildfire is also there, but we will not call that content ID. Content ID will only called when we will enable antivirus, anti-spyware, file blocking, and data filtering profile. When we will enable these profiles, so that will be counted as content ID. When we will enable these four profiles on Palo Alto Firewall, antivirus, anti-spyware, file blocking, and data filtering, that combination of these four security profile will be counted as content ID. Then next we have here what URL filtering. So what is URL filtering? Let's understand it. Same scenario, we have a PC, we are talking about URL filtering. We have a PC connected with Palo Alto. Palo Alto is connected with internet, and internet has multiple servers like which one? Google, then we have here Facebook, then we have here YouTube. Now this user can access any website using firewall or through firewall, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for example, there will be also torrent servers will be there. So user can access torrent and they can download files from the torrent which mostly contain virus. Now what we want that user should not be able to go access these URLs. For that we will enable on Palo Alto Firewall like URL filtering. When we will enable URL filtering here, then what we will define with the help of URL filtering, 1 minute, we have here URL. We have enabled URL filtering. With the help of URL filtering, we can configure on Palo Alto Firewall, like if someone wants to access google.com, allow that. If someone wants to access Facebook, allow that. If someone wants to access YouTube, allow that. If anyone wants to access which website, torrent, then what to do? Deny
Yeah.
that. So we will do, or we will enable in URL filtering, we will define that which URL is allow and which URL is deny. Now client is sending request that I want to access Google is allow, then Palo Alto will allow the user, then user can access Google. Same here, second request will come, I want to access Facebook, then Palo Alto will allow that. Yes, you can access Facebook. If user will say, I want to access which website, YouTube is allow. Now you can see that user can access YouTube. But when user will say, I want to access torrent website, request will go to firewall. Firewall will say it is deny, then firewall will say no, you can't access this website, you can't access torrent website. So you can see here mostly this task of URL filtering is done by the proxy servers, okay, but Palo Alto says that there is no need to purchase any proxy server. If your target is only this, that which website you want to allow, you can control that with the help of URL filtering profile. So you can block these URLs. So Palo Alto has inbuilt categories like Google belongs to search engine. They have 70, means Palo Alto has 70 plus categories. Okay. So 70 plus categories summarized all the URLs which are available on internet. You can control that. If any URL is not available there, so you can also create your custom profiles in which you can define the URL which you want to allow or deny. Correct?
But actually, their database will be always updated.
Yeah, database is already there, and if something is not there, you can create your own category and you can add that. Clear?
Okay, clear.
So this will be done with the help of URL filtering. Now, next we have here Wildfire. So what is Wildfire here? To understand it, go to the diagram first, and we need a more clear diagram here. Okay. First of all, we are talking about normal firewall, normal firewall. And here, because we need to write a lot of, so let's keep your diagram clean. We have a PC, we have a PC. PC is connected with Palo Alto. Palo Alto is connected with internet. Okay, so this is our internet, and on internet we have a public server. This is public server, and we are talking about here normal firewall. And normal firewall, or at normal firewall we define a rule like, if attack is known, if you know the attack, or non-attack action. If you know the attack, then action will be here deny. How we can know the attack? We can know the attack with the help of signatures.
Mm-hmm.
On firewall, we have antivirus, anti-spyware, and file blocking signature. So these are the signatures which indicate that this is attack. Okay, now what user is doing? User which is on the PC, that is initiating a request. That user is initiating a request to public server through firewall. That server is giving a file. Firewall will match this file with non-attack, no matching. If no match, then this file will be allow. If there is no attack, then definitely file will be allow. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, if this file contain any non-attack, like if this file contain any virus or any spyware or any restricted file, then this file will come. When this file will come, firewall will match this file with non-attack. Now you can see that file is matching with our non-attack. Then what is the action? Action is deny. Now this file will be blocked. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, so all normal firewall can protect us from non-attack. If you know the attack, they can deny it. But what will happen if the file or data contain unknown attack? There is a
It
unknown,
bypass.
yeah, there is a unknown attack, or we will call it, this is our ZDA, zero day attack, or it will be called as unknown attack. Now, the file with zero day attack or unknown attack will arrive at the firewall. Firewall will match it with non-database, not matching. Then this file will be allow, and this file with ZDA with zero day attack will bypass the firewall, and that ZDA will go to the host, and host will be compromised. Clear?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now we have to detect it too early so that we can generate signature for it. Then this task is not done by the normal firewall. For that, we required here next generation firewall, or we can say we need here sandbox inspection. Okay.
Like it's sending somewhere to be inspected if it
Yes,
doesn't know
yes,
what it
yes,
contains, right?
yes. And this
Okay.
sandbox inspection is called wildfire. Sandbox inspection is called wildfire. Done. On Palo Alto Firewall, sandbox inspection is called wildfire. And in this sandbox inspection, we define here, if you don't know the attack, if unknown attacks are there, if attacks are unknown attack, then we will define here action for unknown attack, send information to cloud. Send information to
Mhm.
cloud. Clear? And this
Mhm.
cloud belongs to vendor. If firewall belongs to Palo Alto, they will send the cloud of Palo Alto. If this firewall belongs to checkpoint, they will send it to checkpoint. If this belongs to Cisco, they will send it to Cisco.
Like Fortinet has FortiGuard, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yes, same vendor they will send, not to another vendor.
Mhm.
And this
Mhm.
internet will be connect somewhere to Palo Alto. Okay, somewhere it will connect it with Palo Alto data center. So this is our Palo Alto data center, or you will see it, or you can say it cloud. Done. Now, what will happen? Same file will arrive here. Now, look here. First of all, firewall is receiving a file. That file will be tried to match with non-attack, not matching. If it is not matching, then definitely it is matching with unknown attack. Okay. Now, yes, file is matching. If there is a normal file, definitely no problem, but it contains some pattern which is not matching with known attack. It means it is unknown. If it is unknown, then send the file to Palo Alto Cloud. Now, the file which contain unknown attack or which contain 0-day attack, that will be sent to Palo Alto data center. File will be uploaded to the Palo Alto data center with ZDA, with 0-day attack with ZDA. Now, when this file will be submitted to the cloud, there are some engineers, dedicated engineers are there. What they will do, they will analyze this file and they will declare, oh, whatever we have received, this is a new virus here. Okay. And for this virus, they will generate update, or for this virus, they will
Like,
generate, yeah, and yeah, they will generate update that how to protect a network from this attack, or we can say antivirus. So first of all, they will receive it, they will declare it is virus or it is, this is, okay, simple, we can say it is virus or attack. And for this attack, they will generate update. This update will be called here. This update has two names. First is Wildfire update. Okay, first name is here Wildfire update, and second update will be called here antivirus update. So antivirus update and Wildfire update. This Wildfire update will go through the internet. It will go to Palo Alto. When this Wildfire update will go to Palo Alto will accept it and it will add that signature in own database. Now the the attack which was unknown, now that attack is known. Clear? But question
mhm.
is this: when this Palo Alto firewall will send the file to cloud, and then cloud will send update to the Palo Alto, definitely they will take some time. So these Palo Alto says that if you have submitted any file, you can get update, wildfire update, you can get within 3 to 5 minutes. In 3 to 5 minutes, you can get the wildfire update. Got it?
Mhm. Mhm.
Done. Now question is this: what will happen with what will happen in this window? Because when we are submitting, when we are receiving, we will there is a time frame, okay, which belongs to 3 to 5 minutes. What will happen in that? So before the update, this ZDA will be allow. Okay. This ZDA will be allow before update. Until update will not come, ZDA will be allow here. But what will happen when we will receive the update? Now, when you will see here, when we will receive the update, after update, after update, ZDA will be deny. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So if any firewall has capability of sandbox inspection, that firewall is called next generation firewall. Clear?
Clear.
And Palo Alto use Wildfire as a marketing term for sandbox inspection. Palo Alto Firewall has sandbox inspection capability, but Palo Alto doesn't use the term sandbox inspection. Palo Alto name it Wildfire. With the help of Wildfire, we can configure Palo Alto Firewall that it can send unknown attack information to the cloud so that cloud can inspect it. They can generate update, and that update can be delivered to you. You can accept and you can protect your network. Before update, ZDA will be allow. After update, ZDA will be deny. Now question
Mm-hmm.
is this: is any firewall can send this update? No. So this Wildfire service is available based on subscription. If you have
Yes.
subscription, you can send update, you can receive update. If you don't have subscription, then the same update will come as antivirus. If you don't have this subscription, then that update will come to your firewall. For example, you have Wildfire subscription. You can get Wildfire update within 3 to 5 minutes. If you don't have Wildfire subscription, so your firewall has only antivirus, anti-spyware, and file blocking signatures are there, but one attack is going there. When normal firewall will receive this, normal firewall will receive this update as a antivirus update, but this update will come after, antivirus update will come after 24 hours. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Okay.
is the difference between Wildfire update and antivirus update? Means if there is an attack, if there is an unknown attack, you can get that update within 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, you can receive that, you can protect your network. If you don't have Wildfire update, then that update will come as antivirus update, but it will come after 24 hours. Clear?
That is the benefit of Wildfire. If you detect that and you receive another packet which is like the same packet, after
Mhm.
5 minutes, you know that and you drop it immediately.
Yeah,
If not
you
for the
can.
packet that you
Yeah,
are receiving until
but
24
but
hours,
but
you have
but
to
but
drop.
1 minute. But 1 minute. You understand what is a sandbox inspection or what is Wildfire?
Yes, sandbox inspection is the place which you send the ZDA unknown attacks, like the packet has something which you don't know, but
Okay,
it
yeah,
seems to
yeah.
be like
I know. But what I'm saying now, you know that what sandbox inspection does. Correct?
yes, yes, yes,
Okay. Theoretically, it is easy. Got it or not?
yes.
But practically it is very hard to it is very hard to check, or it is very hard to verify, because
Mm-hmm,
there are some limitations. Got it?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So what is that? We will discuss those things at the time of practical. Okay. So but here
Uh-huh,
on,
uh-huh.
for
Okay,
ex
that
for
okay.
example, take it in this way. You know that before 2 or 3 years, there was a problem in the world which is called Corona, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Now, Corona was detected around 2019, correct?
yes.
Okay, entire world was generating the vaccine, then about 1 year was spent, or 1 year was 1 year was spent to discover the vaccine, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then in 2020 we got the vaccine, but still there was a problem. We had a lot of peoples around the world. Then we need to vaccinate the people as well, but there are some circumstances that we cannot inject the vaccine to a person which is already ill. Got it or not?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sometime you know that this is the disease, this is the vaccine, this is the medicine, but you can't inject that, you can't put that because there are some body restrictions, some uh, rule restrictions which are related to age, which are related to country. For example, you have corona patient, okay, you have the money, but you don't have the vaccine. Got it or not?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So in
I'm
this way.
understanding you. Maybe not 200%, but I'm getting what you mean.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
we
because
thought
these
we
things,
detect any attack, so we didn't have attack on the board anymore.
okay. So I mean to say this theoretically it is good, but practically it can stop as well as it can bypass. What will happen? Okay, practically what will happen? Let me show you. Okay, this technology was developed by which one? Palo Alto. And
Mm-hmm.
Palo Alto is only the entity which can tell you that how to enable this thing on my Palo Alto firewall, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, what will happen? You will follow the steps which will be given by the Palo Alto documentation, and then they will give you the okay. After enabling this, this thing will happen. Got it or not?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sometime it can happen. Sometime that will not happen. So the reason is this: the for example we want to for example uh, uh, when we want to you are the technical person, you know that when we follow the documentation and steps, sometime we get 100% result. Got it or not?
Yes, yes.
But sometime you will enable all the things, but we will not get which was expected by us. Done.
Yes.
So reason is this: the previously which we were getting, that was tested or verified on a certain environment, on a certain platform with certain resources. But every time we can't maintain those things. For example, this will work with a security, with this will perfectly work with some pen OS version. Okay, after some time you got the patch. When you have installed that patch, now it is not working. Maybe some bug in the patch, some bug in the operating system, because each thing is not perfect in itself. Got it?
I understand you depend on which version you have. I'm
Yes.
getting because those not like the same problem, but I didn't have any experience in the past. So I make my course by I-MEDITA, pass CCI, and started to work. Many things are the same as technology. But when you are starting real world, there are
Mhm.
some which are really different, which you
For
say
ex-
like a thing.
and these things you will not believe until you will not realize that. Clear?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so no problem. Let's clear it. So, what is wildfire? Now you know this or not?
Yes, yes, I got it. I got it.
Okay, done. Now it is in this
Wildfire is
way.
the sandbox for the Palo Alto, which will be
Yes,
the
yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay, it is in this way that we in daily life we do toothbrush, correct?
Yes.
But still we have germs in our teeth. So who is responsible? We are daily cleaning our teeth, but still we are using high
Cannot
quality or
clean all.
yeah, no, not in this way, because everything has limitation. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, leave it. Now next we have here the feature which is called here user ID. So what is user ID here to understand it.
User ID.
Yes.
We
Okay.
have the same. We have the same terminology, almost the same on FortiGate, I think.
What is that?
No, no, that is not user ID. No, no,
Okay,
no.
leave it. We have about more than 1 hour. Continue
Mm-hmm.
session. Let's take a short break. See you after 10 minutes.
Is it okay? I will bring right now my dog to school. The school is near there. I will be like 20 minutes back.
You will
So
back in 20.
yes, because I will put him in the school until Friday, so I have the time then for me.
Okay,
He's
see
going
you
from
after
Monday.
20. See you after 20 minutes.
Okay, I will be back. Thank you. See you. Bye.
Okay, now we will go through with user ID. What
Mm-hmm.
is user ID? So go through with diagram. First, we have to discuss here user ID or user identification. We have a PC connected with switch to Palo Alto to internet. On Palo Alto Firewall, normally we will define policy like my lane network. Lane IP is which one? 192.168.101.x. Public IP. Now we will define here if source is 192.168.101.x, destination any, then action allow. Done. Now this lane can access internet. On firewall, there will be a log like that. Source IP 192.168.101.100 and destination IP like 8.8.8.8 and action is equal to allow. Such kind of log will be generated on firewall. Now we want to know that who was the user actually. In that log, we can only see the source IP address, but we are not able to identify that who was the user. Who was the user. This thing we will achieve with the help of user ID. And with the help of user ID, what we will do? We will integrate our Microsoft AD with Palo Alto Firewall. When we will integrate our AD with Palo Alto Firewall, and then what will happen? First of all, the user will log in. User will log in on the firewall. Like this is a monitor domain. In the monitor domain, company user will log on the PC. When user will log on or log in, this information will go to AD. AD will send that user was like Shaheen. Shaheen is the user and that is logged on which one? 192.168.101.100 PC. This information will be delivered by AD to Palo Alto. When Shaheen will access internet, this source IP belongs to which one? Shaheen, and Palo Alto will add here the information that who was the user. He was Shaheen. Okay, so what we have achieved here? We have achieved here actually who was the user. Who was the user instead of IP address. Instead of IP, we will get actually who was the user here. So what is user ID here? With the help of user ID, we can integrate Microsoft AD with Palo Alto Firewall. And what we can achieve here accurate user information when the incident or accident, not accident, incident was logged. Clear?
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I see just your notepad. I don't see the things that you are writing me down.
Okay. Now, anything you can see here or not?
Uh, it's like freezing, I think.
1 minute.
Now I
One.
see. Now, first, now I see.
Now, can you see something? I'm moving
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
cursor.
yes, yes. I see your whiteboard right now on the notepad,
And
and
is
I
there
see all
a,
of the. Yes, yes. Now I see everything.
okay. Can you see something now?
Now I see everything. It's okay.
Okay.
I see
Now
the
what?
user and all of the stuff.
Okay, so what I'm saying that we have a PC connected with switch is connected with Palo Alto is connected with internet. Now,
Mhm,
normally on firewall, we will define policy. In policy, we will define this is source IP. If this source network goes anywhere, allow it. User can access internet. When user will access internet, there will be a log which says that source IP this one, destination IP this one, action allow. But we want
mhm,
to know who was the user. To achieve this information, we will integrate Palo Alto Firewall with Microsoft AD. When we will integrate AD with Palo Alto, then user will log in on the PC, like Shaheen user will log in into the PC. When this user will log in into the PC, information will go to AD that Shaheen has logged in at this PC. AD will send this information to Palo Alto. After successful login, Shaheen will go to firewall to access internet. So which IP is coming? 101.100. Then firewall will add, okay, 101.100 belongs to Sahin. Then it will add information that Sahin from this IP address access this destination and action was allowed. So what we will
mhm.
get here, we will get accurate user information instead of IP address. Clear?
Okay.
So this was something about our user ID.
And that we
N-
will see it also practically later
Yes,
in the
yes,
lab.
yes. And next is here monitoring and reporting. Monitoring and reporting means whatever you have done, there will be logs you can see, real time logs you can see on the firewall,
Mhm.
which we can see only in the lab. Clear?
Okay, that's great. Just one
And
question, please.
mhm,
Actually, all of the content that you have here on your notepad,
mhm.
when how long do you need actually normally in your batches to teach all of those content?
uh, what do you think that how much time should be there?
I don't know. How much does it get? I want to have like an overview, to plan the time.
Okay.
Because this week for sure I think we are not going to be done.
Mhm.
So I want to know like the average that we need and where
Actually,
we stand.
normally 2 hours for one session,
Hmm.
maximum 20 sessions we required.
Okay, no problem. Everything all
Clear?
right.
Done? Okay.
Because this week I am available. From
Mhm.
next week on, I will be available in the night time of Indian, like 8 or 9 p.m. in your time.
Okay, but first cover whatever we can cover
Yes.
in this week. In next week, we will see what we can do. Okay.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Select all, copy. So this is the content which we have copy from the website. Detailed information you can see below here. Okay.
Hmm.
Detailed that course curriculum, everything. with practicals which we will cover here, but this is the briefing which we have. The course content introduction, we have done it clear. So next is here what? Next we have here firewall introduction. Now we will go through what is firewall, types of firewall, and etc. etc. So let's start with, now we are going with firewall introduction. To understand this thing, during this training, we will also go through with another vendor's content, because something will not be mentioned by Palo Alto. For that, we will use another vendor's documentation as well. Clear?
No problem at all. Everything all right.
So first of all, question is here, what is firewall? You already know the firewall, then there will be no big problem. But yes, because we start this training for those candidates as well who has no idea about firewall, so we start from scratch, or we start from beginning. So if someone will ask us what is firewall, then we can say firewall is a system or group of systems that manage access between two or more networks, and firewall can be hardware, software, or virtual appliance in present time. To understand it, we have to go through with the diagram. We have PC connected with router is connected with router 2. You can also add switches here. And then we have another PC. For easy understanding, you can mention IP address 192.168.101.100 here, 101.100, 192.168.101.1, 192.168.1.1, 192.168.1.2, 192.168.102.1, 192.168.102.100. Clear?
Clear.
After IP addressing and routing, we can make it possible that PC1, we can mention, yes, this is my PC1, this is PC1, this is PC2. So you can see here that PC1 can communicate with PC2, as well as PC2 can communicate with PC1. Correct?
Correct.
Now, requirement is this, that we want PC1 can communicate with 2, but 2 PC should not be able to communicate with PC1. For that, we need to deploy firewall. Question is where we will deploy firewall. We will deploy firewall at the place of router. At the place of router, we will deploy here firewall. And at this firewall, we will define the policy or rule here. Rule we will define like this. If your source network is 192.168.101.x and destination network is 192.168.102.x, then action will be allowed. Got it? Now, using this rule, my PC1 can access PC2, but PC2 can't access PC1.
Because it's one direction policy.
Yeah, policy, one direction policy, we can't say that. This is stateful firewall, which we will discuss later. So only the rule, what is the rule? Rule says that 101.0 network can communicate with 102.0. Rest of the host can't communicate with each other. Clear? Because when traffic will come from PC1, source will match, destination will match, it will be allow. But when return means PC2 will initiate the traffic, then source will be which one? When source is your PC2, destination is PC1, traffic will come at firewall. Firewall says that if source is 101, that can only go to 102, but 102 can't go to 101. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now, So what this firewall is doing, this firewall is defining or managing the access that which network can access which one. So at least how many networks we required here? Two
Two.
networks we required here. But you can see in the diagram that we have deployed only one firewall that can goes down. For redundancy or in HA we can add more than two firewalls. So when we are using here two firewall, they will also work as a single firewall. If one
Mhm.
firewall will goes down, then another firewall is also available in the HA to provide us protection. Clear? Now as we have gone through with the diagram, same thing is mentioned here. Firewall is a system. It can be a single system or it is a group of system. When you are using HA, that manages access between two or more network. 101.0 network can go to 102.0. This thing will be managed by a single firewall or group of firewalls. Clear? Clear?
Clear, clear, more than clear.
Done. And next thing is here, firewall can be hardware. So when we are replacing router with firewall, at that time, firewall will be in the format of hardware. Firewall can be software. When firewall can be software, for example, we have a PC, we have a server. On PC, we will install antivirus. On server, we will install antivirus. So when we are installing antivirus on our PC or server, in that condition firewall will be in the format of
So,
software. Okay, next is here firewall can be virtual appliance. Virtual appliance
and yes,
we
it's
have, yeah, yes, we have here private cloud, we have here public cloud, Google Cloud Platform, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure. So we have private cloud, public cloud, private cloud, VMware ESXi or VMware Workstation, for example, and Google Cloud Platform. So these are our public cloud. So when we have public cloud, on that public cloud, we can have our virtual appliance. And if we have VMware ESXi or workstation, where you can deploy the firewall, and when you are deploying the firewall on private cloud, in that condition you have to use your virtual appliance. Clear?
clear.
Done. Now with the help of these points, this thing should be clear. What is firewall and how many formats of firewall available in the market?
Mhm.
Next, we have here firewall techniques. In present time, we have some firewall techniques like packet filtering or stateless packet filtering, proxy server, stateful firewall, transparent firewall, next generation firewall, which we have discussed here, which is also called sandbox inspection. Okay,
Mhm.
which is also called Wildfire by
I
Palo
almost
Alto,
forgot.
which is also called Sandblast by Checkpoint, which is also called Talos by Cisco, and FortiGate simple call it sandbox inspection. Clear?
Mhm.
So first of all, we will go through with packet filtering. What is packet filtering? In packet filtering, let's see what is the packet filtering or stateless packet filtering. In stateless packet filtering or packet filtering, packets are filtered using ACL. You have knowledge of CCNA, and in CCNA, we go through with a topic which is called access list. So when you
Mhm.
use access list and you filter the packet, that is called packet filtering. And with the help of packet filtering, we can filter the traffic or packet based on layer 2 to layer 7. Clear?
Clear.
Done. So with the help of access list, you can configure or filter traffic. Now it is clear. Now question is this: how many types of packet access list we can configure here? You can configure standard access list, you can configure extended access list, you can configure named access list, you can configure here
Time based.
time-based access list, as well as another type of access list are also available. You can configure dynamic access list, you can configure reflexive access list, you can also configure TCP established keyword ACL, you can also configure. Now, after knowing what is packet filtering, then we have to go through with the advantage and disadvantage of packet filtering. For example, when we go through with advantage, ACLs are easy to implement and it is cost effective. Question is this: how we can say it is easy to implement? To understand it, that it is easy to implement, we have to go through with a diagram. We have a PC connected with router. Router is connected with server. Server is providing a service of HTTP. PC is the source and server is the destination. And we know that HTTP use TCP port number 80. So what we need to
Mhm.
do in the interface of router or at the interface of router, either in direction or at out direction, we need to apply ACL, and in ACL we will allow what we will allow. We will allow here TCP port number 80. If we will allow TCP port number 80, we can access to the server. Clear?
Clear. But the thing is, it can be TCP port 80, but it can contain another application, not HTTP.
Yeah, it
Like
can
you
contain
can
it.
change it.
Yes. Next, see here, we have another server which provides services of HTTPS. To access it, what we need to do? We need to allow here TCP port number 443. If we will allow TCP port number 443, we can access HTTPS. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, if you know the application port number like 80 and 443, then we can say this thing is easy to implement. Clear?
Mhm.
Next, we can also say it is cost effective. How we can say it is cost effective? Because to implement packet filtering, we need to deploy ACL. ACL can be deployed with the help of switch and can be deployed with the help of a router.
So,
If your network infrastructure devices like switch and router support ACL configuration, then we can say it will be cost effective. Done.
mhm.
So two advantages you can count for packet filtering: easy to implement and cost effective. Next we have here disadvantage. Disadvantages are not scalable and complex access lists are hard to create and maintain. So what is the meaning
Troubleshoot
of,
is also difficult.
yeah, not scalable? What is the meaning of not scalable? Not scalable means, for example, we have 100 source and we have here 10 destination and we have here 10 services. Then question is how many ACL entries we need to configure. Formula is number of source multiply by number of destination multiply number of services. So 100 multiply
10,000. 10,000.
10,000 plus 10, then there will be how many entries we need to create? 10,000 entries we need to create. So the job of creating 10,000 entries is not scalable. Clear?
Clear.
Next is here complex access lists are hard to create and maintain. To understand it, let's go through with the diagram. We have a PC connected with router, router is connected with internet, and at internet we have a server belongs to DNS. We want that this client should be able to access DNS, so we need to allow UDP 53, correct?
Mhm.
1 minute, Shine.
No problem. No problem. I'm here.
Okay, now you can see here that we have here diagram, and this diagram says that we have a PC router connected with internet. Internet is connected with DNS server. To access DNS server, we need to allow UDP port number 53. Now, what the client will do? Client will send a DNS query. Client will send DNS query that will be encapsulated under UDP port number 53. That traffic will come using ACL, that is allow. Correct?
Mhm. Mhm.
So when we will allow a port, on that port, UDP is allow, DNS is allow, but there is an attacker, okay? And on internet, we have here torrent server. What this attacker will do? This attacker will add torrent request that will be encapsulated under UDP 53 using the ACL. Torrent is also allow.
Allah.
Done. Yes. So you can't create an ACL that at UDP 53 only at UDP 53 only DNS query is allow, but at UDP 53 torrent is not allowed. Such kind of ACL you can't create here. Clear?
Mhm.
So these are the advantage and disadvantage of packet filtering. Clear?
Clear.
Now, next technique is here proxy server. To understand proxy server, first off, let's off go through with the diagram here. We have a PC. We have a PC here. PC is connected with router. Router is connected with internet, and using this internet connection, any user can access they can access Google, they can access here Facebook, they can access torrent, they can access any website. Clear?
Mhm. Clear.
Okay, so mostly what companies does to control the URL access, they deploy proxy server. They deploy proxy server, and proxy server can be deployed in two way. First method to implement proxy is explicit proxy, and next one is transparent proxy. Explicit proxy and transparent proxy. So we have here a switch in our network as well, and with that switch we will deploy here proxy server. Okay, at this proxy server we will define policies, and those policies says that like if anyone want to Google access Google, allow. Facebook, allow. If anyone who wants to go to torrent, what to do? Deny. Such kind of policy you can configure at proxy server. Now we are using the example of explicit proxy. In explicit proxy, we do client configuration. Okay, so this client will send in explicit proxy. Client will send request to proxy server that I want to access Google. Proxy server will say Google is allowed. Then proxy server will send request via router to internet to Google, and Google server will give a reply to proxy. Okay, server will
Mhm.
give reply to proxy, and then this proxy will give reply to client. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. If you will use here transparent proxy, in transparent proxy, we do gateway configuration. We do gateway configuration.
Configuration.
Okay, in that case, client will send request to gateway that I want to communicate with Google. Gateway will send that request to proxy. Proxy will check, okay, Google request is allowed. Then proxy will again send request to Google, and Google will give reply to proxy, and proxy will give reply to client. Clear?
Okay, that means if you have the explicit, I want to know if I understand it right. So the client will send it directly to proxy server, right?
Correct.
Okay, and gateway, it will go to gateway and gateway will be redirected to proxy server.
No, no, that isn't different. In explicit proxy,
Hmm.
client will directly send request to proxy server. Then
Hmm.
proxy will send it to internet. Clear?
Clear.
But when we are using transparent proxy, in transparent proxy, client will send request to gateway.
Gateway,
Gateway will send request to
proxy.
proxy server, and it may be possible that again for internet access, proxy will send request to gateway for internet. But
Okay.
target or the intention is this: in explicit proxy, client directly send request to proxy. In
Mhm.
transparent proxy, client send request to gateway and gateway send it to
Like the
proxy.
client doesn't know anything about the proxy in
Yes, in
transparency.
the case of transparent proxy, client has no idea that where is the proxy server. Clear?
Great. Clear, clear.
Okay. Now you can see here either you are using explicit or transparent. Request will go to proxy, either client will send or gateway will send. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So same thing is mentioned here. That what is mentioned here, you can see the proxy server works as an intermediate system between inside and outside world. Proxy server will not allow inside user to go outside directly or vice versa. Proxy server is also called application gateway or application firewall. It is mostly used for URL filtering, and URL stand for universal resource locator or uniform resource
Resource.
locator. There can be some limitations of proxy server. Limitations can be single point of failure. If you are using single proxy, then definitely there will be a single point of failure. To
Mhm.
solve it, you need to use two: primary proxy server
Okay.
and secondary proxy server. So single point of failure can be solved here. Clear?
Clear.
And next is here limitation. It introduced delay. There will be some delay in millisecond, which we can't solve that, because first request client will initiate, second request proxy will initiate, so we can't solve this. Yes, what we can do here, then if you have lot of client and customer, then purchase a good configuration proxy server which meet with your requirement or expectation. Clear?
But the first session will be going through the proxy server. From the
Which
second session, it can be directly.
No, no, not in this way. Not in this way. Okay.
Mhm.
When we are deploying proxy server, each request will go through proxy server.
All of the request. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
Done. So this was something about proxy server. Clear?
Clear.
Next is here. Next is here stateful firewall. To understand stateful firewall, we will go through with the diagram here. We are talking about stateful firewall. We have a PC firewall, which is stateful. Then we have a server 192.168.101.100, 192.168.102.100. Port number, client will initiate a request using dynamic port number. It will hit to a well-known port like 443. Correct?
Correct?
Done. First of all, PC will generate a packet. Then packet structure will be like this: source IP address 192 168.101.100, destination IP 192.168.102.100, source port 1025, destination port 443. And if it is the first request, then definitely TCP SYN request will be generate here. Such kind of packet will be generated by PC. This will go to this packet will go to firewall. Then firewall will create a database here like source IP, which one, which is going like 190,
101.100.
yeah, 192.168.101.100 went to 192.168.102.100. Source port number 1025 went to 443. First traffic is this, then definitely SYN packet is there. Such kind of information will be maintained by the firewall. Then in fourth step, packet will be forwarded to the server. Clear?
Clear?
Now, server will generate a reply packet. In reply packet, the server will create a packet source IP 192.168.102.100, destination IP 192.168.101.100, source port 443, destination port 1025, and in the response of SYN, server will send SYN plus acknowledgement. Such kind of packet will be generated by the server and it will be delivered to firewall. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Firewall will match here. When firewall will send, so who was source IP 101, source port 1025, went to 102.100 for port number 443. Now, when reply will come, server will match who is coming. 102 matching, which port is coming, 443 matching, and this is going to which one, 101 matching, going to which port number, 1025. So when reply will come, layer 3 information will be checked, layer 4 information will be checked here, and what is coming back, SYN plus ACK. When SYN was
Okay.
sent, only SYN plus acknowledgement was can be expected.
That means
Now,
if it's the ACK will be dropped.
okay, done. Then you can see here. Now, yes, when reply came, layer 3 information matching, layer 4 matching, flags are matching. So this reply is matching with our database. If it is matching, then the reply is allowed. Clear?
Clear, clear, clear. Like
Okay,
if the destination is sending just the ACK instead of SYNAC, the packet will be dropped, right?
correct, correct.
Okay, great.
So
And
if
this
a
database, what's the name of this database exactly? I knew it, but I forget it.
No, listen it. The different vendors gives or use different name for this one. Okay.
Okay,
Some
okay.
called it session, some called it connection, or uh, some called it like some vendor called it is connection table. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some called it is what
Season
it
table,
is. One
table.
minute. So connection table, session table, some called it state table. Okay, so you can use any name, connection table,
Okay,
session table,
okay.
or state table. Clear?
Principle is the same.
Done.
Okay, great.
So this thing is done by stateful firewall. If you the server, for example, PC has initiated a request for the server. Now what the server is doing, server is sending request instead of reply. When server will
Mm-hmm.
send request instead of reply, then what will happen, if server is the initiator, okay, then definitely it will use a dynamic port number like 1025, and it wants to access PC with the help of RDP port number 3389, then port number will be 3389. And if server is initiator, it will send SYN request, correct?
Correct.
Okay, when this request will come at firewall, firewall will match. Okay, who is coming? 102.100 matching. Which port is coming? 1025 not matching. Got it or not?
I got it.
Okay, next. Oh, it is going to which one? 101 matching. Which port number? 3389 not matching. Correct?
Correct.
Now, at this time, request is coming, which is not matching with our database. When the request is not matching with our database, then what firewall will do? Firewall will drop this
Drop.
request. Got it?
Got it.
So this thing is done by the stateful firewall. So same thing is mentioned here that what stateful firewall will do.
Mhm.
Stateful firewall maintain the state of connection when packet is traveling through the firewall or appliance. Stateful firewall maintain the state of connection in state table. After adding information in state table, stateful firewall forwards the packet to actual destination. When stateful firewall receives reply packet, stateful firewall match reply packet information to its table. If reply packet match, packet is accepted, otherwise
And the
packet is.
example of a state firewall in today network would be ASA firewall, right?
All vendors in present time, all vendors firewall are stateful firewall.
Okay.
Cisco,
Okay.
Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, Juniper, all vendors firewalls are stateful firewall. Correct?
Correct.
Done. So next is here. You can call it state table, connection table, session table, which can contain source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port. Additional information can be there since in plus ACK and ACK. Clear?
Clear.
Done. Next, we have here transparent firewall. So who can use
Oh,
this
that is the topic which I have a little bit question. When you explain later, I will tell you.
Okay, 1 minute. So assume we have a branch. In branch, we have here like PC1, PC2, PC3, and PC4. Then PC1, PC2, PC3, and PC4. We have connected both branches devices to switch. That switch is connected with router. Another switch is also connected to router. We can connect those routers with lease line. We can connect those routers with internet as well. We can connect those routers with MPLS VPN as well. So connectivity medium can be lease line, internet, or MPLS. When we have such scenario, we have deploy here router. At this router, first of all, we will do IP addressing, we will do, then we will do here routing. Internet is there, netting we will do. We will configure IPsec VPN as well. We have MPLS, so MPLS we will configure. So, or as well as BGP we can also configure here. Clear? Now we want to protect our networks here. If we want to protect our network like this one or this one, so we need to replace router. We need to replace router with firewall. Got it? So when we will replace router with firewall, so we have to use here firewall. At firewall, we will configure IP addressing, routing, netting, IPsec VPN, MPLS not applicable, BGP you can do. After doing a lot of things or lot of configuration, then you will add here firewall policies. Clear?
Clear.
Then you can protect your network. Done?
Done.
Okay, but problem is this, when we have already configured IP addressing, why to do it again? Routing we have done, why to do? Netting already there,
Mhm.
why to configure? IPsec already configure, MPLS is not supported, then it will be a big problem. Then BGP is already done, why to do it? It means if we have already configured everything on the router, then why to do it again? Our target is which one? We want to do here or apply here firewall policies. So now we want only firewall policies, but we don't want to redesign our network. Then all
Okay.
vendors says that don't replace your router, use transparent firewall. You
And I
have
think her thing is not just only because replacing the firewall with the router. If you use the firewall as an edge device, it can be a bottleneck in your network. Because firewall, in my opinion, is not a router. They didn't create the firewall to do the like really routing like a
no,
router.
it is not the main motto for transparent firewall. Question is only this. If I will do, for example, I am not using here MPLS, I am not using here BGP. This is my
Mm-hmm.
configuration, IP addressing, routing, netting, and VPN. These things can be do by firewall as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But problem is this, if I will use here firewall, again, I need to configure everything. Got it?
Okay. Okay. That
But
is the main
I
reason.
yeah, I don't want to configure. First is this, I want firewall policies, but I don't want to redesign my network.
Mm-hmm.
This is the main target. I don't want
Okay.
to configure my devices again. Okay.
Okay.
Then for that you can use transparent firewall. This transparent firewall will be used between lane and gateway. We have lane, we will connect lane with firewall and we will connect firewall with router in this way. And at this firewall, we will deploy here firewall policies. So PC, there is this firewall will work as a layer 2 device, means it will forward the frame from one interface to another interface, but it will deploy the firewall policies that what is allow,
Mm-hmm.
what is not allow. The main motto of transparent firewall is this: I want only firewall policies, but I don't want to redesign, reconfigure my network again. If these requirements match with any client, they can use
Okay.
transparent firewall. Clear?
Okay. And all of the inspection policy, even you can implement on transparent firewall.
Yes, yes. But main target is here only firewalling, not
Okay.
VPN, not
No,
routing,
no, no.
not
I
live.
mean regarding to packet inspection.
Yes, only this one. Additional features can be provided by vendor. It depends on vendor. But main motto, you want only firewall policies, not
Okay.
anything. And you don't want to redesign your network, then you can use a transparent firewall. Clear?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So as I have told you through the diagram, same thing mentioned here, that this one, which one? This transparent firewall, it works as a layer 2 or it forward the frame based on destination map, but still it has capabilities to filter the traffic from layer 2 to layer 7. Got it?
Like you can allow or deny the is it that is a question. You can
Yeah.
allow or deny between the same broadcast domain. Like
Yes, yes. Done.
okay.
And in other vendors, this functionality is available with the same name or different name, like virtual wire. Palo Alto provides transparent firewall feature with the name of virtual wire. Clear?
Mhm. Clear.
And advantage of transparent firewall, you can deploy transparent firewall in your network. If you want to implement firewall in your network without readdressing the surrounding device or without redesign your network. Clear?
Clear.
So this was something about firewall and its techniques. Okay. Now we have covered our course introduction, what we will cover. We have gone through with firewall introduction. Okay. Today we will keep only this one. Tomorrow we will start with Palo Alto Firewall introduction.
That's great,
Okay.
no problem. Even if you want to make more hours, I don't have problem. You're like you want to make the class a little bit longer, or even if you want to do another class in the afternoon, night, that would be okay for me this week. So it's regarding to you. It depends on you how you want.
Okay, okay, no issue. But today we will keep only this one.
Okay, no problem. I will review later again, and that's okay for me. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.